All right. Hey, there was a trade
Blockbuster.
in the NFL, Rob G, and it had ramifications for more than just one quarterback. How'd you like that setup?
That was good.
Without me having to say it up.
Yeah.
But then you had to bring it back up now.
I'm sorry.
Yes, there were actually a couple of trades today in the NFL, but none bigger than what took place between the Cleveland Browns, Cincinnati Bengals. 49-year-old quarterback, allegedly, Joe Flacco, is going from Cleveland to Cincinnati for a swap of late-round picks.
So has he played on every team in the North or not? Yeah.
He getting there.
Ooh, not the Steelers. He'll get there.
He getting there.
Give him time.
So not the Steelers. Everyone but the Steelers.
It's still early. They might be like, you know what? Aaron Rodgers is too young. We need somebody more veteran, more seasoned.
That's right.
Next to Flacco, he is too young.
Know.
But the side we're interested in is, of course, Cleveland, because with Joe Flacco out of town, all signs point to finally Shedeur Sanders being elevated to the QB2 job there with the Browns. Only one problem.
Not
What's
so
that?
fast.
Browns reporter Daryl Ryder reported on 92.3 The Fan this week, earlier today, that the team could still, rather than elevate Shedeur to number 2, promote Bailey Zappi to the backup gig and keep Shedeur at number 3, because unlike Shedeur, Zappi actually has experience playing under Kevin Stefanski. He played for him at the end of last season, and that also coincides with what Ian Rappaport reported over the weekend when he reported that the Browns, quote, want Shedeur to be successful when he's out there, want him to do so with the game plan that is made for him to thrive, according to Rappaport. Expectation is Sanders will play at some point this season when he's ready, after he receives, quote, a full week of practice and a game plan that's built for him. So again, Joe Flacco traded doesn't mean that Shedeur, though, is QB2.
Okay. I'm here. I am.
Mm-hmm.
Is this on? I'm dead serious. If I'm Shedeur Sanders and Bailey Zappi or whatever his name is elevated to number 2 quarterback, I would request my release from the Cleveland Browns. I would say thank you, but no thank you, because every sign here points that they don't believe he's a starting quarterback in the NFL. I don't care what they're trying to make it. He has a soft landing. Kelvin, there's only one way you learn to play in the NFL. You got to get out there and play, okay? You could do all the prep work, all this other stuff. At some point, you got to get out there. You can't keep pushing other people ahead of him and not allowing him to be in this situation. I just don't think he's going to be a star quarterback in the league, but there's a job for him in the NFL, okay? I believe that. I just think, why would you want to continue? It's like anybody else, or you're working at a job or a situation and you want to be an anchor man and you're a reporter with everybody else and they promote this person over you and this person. At some point, they've told you what they really think of you, right?
Keep in mind, we're not talking big-time qualified people either. It's not like it's Zappi. It's not like,
Right,
okay,
like Zappi won a Super Bowl or something 2 years ago or whatever, or had enough success and maybe he was hurt and that's the reason that he's not where he should be. That these aren't the guys. That's what I'm trying to say to you. I knew Dylan would be the guy, I did, because he was drafted ahead of him. They moved up to get him. They wanted him, okay? So I'm not surprised by that. But at this point, it should have just been today. Shedeur wasn't up the backup quarterback. What? That's so hard. Did you hear what I just said? Was that so hard to say for the Cleveland Browns, who will go anywhere but to the back of the bus? I mean, like, seriously, what in the world are they doing where they can't say that? My God, okay, he could be the backup quarterback. You could put him out there. He could be terrible, and you could say, okay. We didn't think he was good enough. He went out there. Who was that quarterback for the Buffalo Bills, Rob G., who had
Nathan Peterman.
6 interceptions? Right?
Didn't he have 5 in the first half or something?
Like
it's just terrible.
Right? Is that what he? Right? Didn't he have like 6 interceptions?
Yeah, I think it was like 5 in the first half.
But it was just like, okay, he can't play. Okay, we got it. I'm dead serious. If I'm Shedeur, miming, hanging out in the clubhouse, selling jerseys, if that turns you on or whatever, I just wouldn't want to be in Cleveland. I would ask to be cut or released, whatever you want to call it. I almost want to say quit, but you don't want to quit. You know what I mean? But I'm saying
you can't quit.
Request,
I get what you're
request
saying.
to be released if I'm Shedeur Sanders.
The Browns are just a very weird organization when it comes to the quarterback position. They've now had 41 quarterbacks. If you look at the teams that have been bad over the last since 1999, with the Browns being included in them, you look at other teams that have not been great since 1999. The Commanders have had 28 quarterbacks. The Dolphins have had 27. And then you get to 41 with the Browns. So clearly, teams that fluctuate quarterbacks all the time, we know don't have success. You look at the ones that have stability, and that is the Patriots. They only have had 7 or something. You look at the Steelers. They had 9. They had 10 quarterbacks between the Steelers and the Patriots over these years. What have they had? They've had Super Bowl appearances, had Super Bowl wins.
I don't know about the
They've
Steelers
had stabilities
in that group.
Well, they've been to a couple Super Bowls.
I know, but
they've been to 3 Super. Even in the 90s, they had a. They went to a Super Bowl.
They got a lot of quarterbacks.
I know, but they've had 10 since 1999. So my point is, you got to find some stability, and that's what I was screaming about during this whole draft and little post-draft time. My thing was, play Dylan Gabriel. If that's your guy, if you believe in him, and that's who you picked, obviously ahead, you picked him in the 3rd round. Play Shedeur Sanders. Find out what he's got, because that's what you need to be doing. Finding out what you have or you don't have so you can finally find your guy. Because you know what you are? You're in a division that has Lamar Jackson.
Maybe they don't want their guy. Maybe their guy's in college.
But then you play these guys. They're obviously not going to be great if they're not the guys you want, and you roll right up in there, and you get another pick. You get to finally settle on your guy so you can be settled. That's why the Joe Flacco plan was strange to me. We know what he is. He's 62 years old.
That wasn't strange.
But to me, because I'd rather roll Dylan.
Last year they won 3 games. Like you say this as if the coach and general manager have jobs for life. Like seriously, I disagree with you.
You can disagree with me, and that's perfectly fine. My point was, why am I rolling Joe Flacco out to literally do exactly what I thought he would do?
Because
what you should have thought he would do.
Because you could be the Jets. You could be 0-5, and people saying the coach and the general manager are awful.
And what do they look like? The coach and the general manager look awful.
No, they don't.
So
not like the Jets.
And that's exactly what. So to me, you do exactly what we knew. Well, you can disagree. I knew exactly what Joe Flacco was going to be. Same thing with the Giants. You knew what Russell would like. You know what these guys are. See what Jackson Dart is.
You said that with Aaron Rodgers. They're 3-1.
Right. I still don't believe in them.
You don't believe it, but I never said he was going to suck. You don't believe in the 3-1 or the result?
I never said Aaron Rodgers. I said they'll be 9-8. I said I want to find my guy, Rob. Aaron Rodgers, the Hall of Famer, maybe the most talented quarterback in the last 25, 30 years, him and Patrick Mahomes. I've never questioned. I said he's going to be fine. His stats, he's going to be just like Russell Wilson was. He's going to win 9-8 games. He's going to have some decent stats. That's not Aaron Rodgers. My thing was the Steelers.
But why did they get Aaron Rodgers, though? This is what I'm trying to make a point to you.
Possibly win a playoff game.
Okay. Why? If it's about getting the next guy and worrying about the future, is that you have current jobs, general manager, coaches who need to secure a job and let people know that you're trying to win.
I would agree with you with so many other places except the Steelers, Rob. There probably is no more stable guy outside of Andy Reid than Mike Tomlin. He literally has the most stable job. And I get what you're saying.
I don't think so.
But you can feel that way.
That's why
the Steelers have showed that.
That's why he made that move.
No, he's been infatuated with Aaron Rodgers for years. We've known that. They have a bromance, and now they get to bromance together.
They had your guy. They had Justin Fields there, and
they went Russell Wilson.
No, but I'm saying they had him. He could have come back, and they could have said, well, here's the guy of the future. No, they need to win a playoff game.
And that's my point. I'm doing all this to just try to maybe win, which I still don't even think they could be 9-8. But my point is, with Cleveland, you run out the guys. Dylan Gabriel looked okay. He doesn't look, I don't think he's going to be a world beater.
I thought he did great.
Yeah, he looked
game.
fine.
Are you kidding?
I have no problem with Dylan Gabriel. Dylan Gabriel
I
might
think
be
he
your
was
guy.
More than okay.
Run Dylan Gabriel out. Well, I'm not going to, because then Jackson Dart looked okay, and then the next game.
No, he didn't. He had 100 yards. The first game, he did not.
Everybody, he looked fine.
He did 100 yards?
He did not look great. Just like Dylan Gabriel looked fine. I have no problem with Dylan Gabriel.
I think they made
you run him out there.
He had 100 yards. They were brave.
You run Shedeur out there.
A star.
You find your guy. You give both of them time throughout this season. See if they can play. If they can, you got a guy. If they can't, you move on and you get another pick. That's been my whole thing the whole time. I didn't understand the Joe Flacco. You literally got exactly what you ordered.
I totally understand it.
Well, we'll strongly disagree on that. That was the biggest waste of time in the NFL right now. You know
it's
exactly
not. They
what
do it all
Flacco.
The time with veteran quarterbacks Because they need to have some stability to the franchise. And they can't put a deer in the headlights out there when you won 3 games
Well,
last
he looked
year.
like a deer in the headlight who just was an old deer.
No,
who had a gray beard deer. That's what he looked like. And you knew he was going to look like that.
That dude won a Super Bowl, man. Stop.
Wait, I'm sorry. When did he win a Super Bowl?
It don't matter. He still won.
You literally said that the other day.
He
We were talking about it. He won.
saying.
What does that mean?
But he knows what he's doing. You can't
Did
put
he look like it?
Those guys aren't stars long term.
Who
Stop.
Who looked better?
We're getting off the topic.
Better?
We're getting off the
Dylan
topic.
Gabriel or Joe Flacco?
We're getting off the topic.
Who looked better, Rob?
I'm going to say.
You just
if I'm
even
gonna
said Dylan Gabriel.
If I'm going to start the season, I'm going to start with a veteran and give myself a chance.
Yeah,
That's
but
what I'm
it doesn't
going
have
to
to
do.
be a senior citizen.
That's
veteran.
what I'm going to do.
That's all I'm saying. A veteran can be 30, 31, 32. A 40-some-year-old veteran who I already had. And the organization does not know what they do, and they go get Deshaun Watson. The best quarterback they had was Baker Mayfield. Now he's over here.
Deshaun is still there. I think he's playing next year.
You think Deshaun?
Yes.
They can't play him, Rob.
He is playing next year if he's
play him.
healthy.
They can't. What?
Rob G, they owe him so much money. Am I right? He's playing.
No, they owe him money. He's not.
No, he's playing. All right, here we go.
All right, Rob, so they're watching us right now, which means another thing they can do is what?
They can subscribe. All you got to do is hit that button, subscribe to The Odd Couple for some of the best sports talk content in the nation.
Facts, and while you're at it, they can like, they can comment, they can share. Do all that for us. We appreciate it. Just do all that right up in here.